Energy Funders investors, good afternoon. This is Reed Stiles, VP of Upstream. I've got Jared McGee on the phone. He's with Houston Energy. We talked a little over 12 months ago about the Thiol prospect. As you know, we drilled it. We have the results, and I want to let Jared walk you through exactly what they found. He's going to do a little bit of a historical look back into what we were chasing and then show you the actuals of what we actually found. And as always, if you have any questions, always feel free to reach out to me directly.
My name is Jared McGee. I talked to you guys about 12 months ago about the Thiol prospect. We commenced drilling here about a week ago. We ended up finding almost exactly what we predicted in the main objective, the Plain Line 1 sand, and we're able to run into some other sands we were not expecting in the crystal area section. I'm going to go back to this PowerPoint we put together about a year ago, just kind of go over the highlights and show some of the key points, and then I'll talk about the well we just finished drilling after I conclude with that. Here are the key points of the prospect. It was an excellent amplitude with AVO. It was a deeper and shallower pool test. The structure produced 47.3 BCF and 386,000 barrels of condensate above the Plain Line 1 sand, and 70 BCF and 716,000 barrels of condensate below the Plain Line 1 sand. It was one string. It was on land. The TD was 13,600 feet. Here it is. Here's a geomap. The prospect is right here over at Esther Field. We were synthetically tied into the Hess Ethel E #1 well. We thought we'd get about 100 feet high to this well. We ended up getting about 118 to 120 feet high to that well. This is a regional analog of our amplitude. This is the amplitude we drilled down here in the center of the screen. The one in the north is one that made 38 BCF and 135,000 barrels. The one in the south is one that made 564 BCF and 3.7 million barrels. And this is the amplitude we ended up drilling and finished drilling last week. It was in the Plain Line 1 sand. Here's a line showing the line from that previous map. Over here on the left is Abbeville Field. That's that 38 BCF, 135,000 barrels. Over here in the middle is the Thiol prospect. To the right is the 564 BCF over there at Live Oak Field. This is a map on the Crist 8 section, or the Crist 8 sands. I have it mapped that we might be slightly higher to those wells. We actually did come in slightly higher to those wells. We're probably like 15 to 18 feet high to the two down dip wells, which was a little surprising. We weren't expecting to have any residual gas left in that sand. And if you look at the measure depth log we have, if you look at the measure depth log that you receive from EnergyFunders, the TVD log at 11,860, 12,000 feet, and 12,100 feet above the crystal area 8 sand, and then at 12,190 feet at the crystal area 8 sand. So we picked up about an extra 15 to 20 feet of pay in those crystal area 5 through 8 sands. So that was kind of a surprise that we were not expecting, and we didn't include those reserves in our original estimate. The next sand down is the Cypress Davis I sand. We thought we had 135 acres up dip of the down dip well. We did come in high, but we were unable to find any production at this depth. This happened to be a sand that has not had any production. It was unfortunate. We didn't have an amplitude, so it's kind of a long shot to begin with. It's unfortunate we didn't have any production, but we were glad we had the shallow stuff above us. This is a Cyp D time map. Right here is a Plain Line 1 depth map. We drilled that proposed location, and we actually came in about 18 feet higher than expected on the well we drilled. And our gas water contact ended up putting us right here about where the Texas crude well gas water contact is. So we're up, everything up dip of this Texas crude, this contour right here that my cursor is running across, we believe to have some type of hydrocarbon in it. It will vary upon thickness. Out here you can see the Texas Luckring well, this well over here to the east of the well we just drilled. It has 10 feet of pay in it, and so we believe everything in white out here could be up to 10 feet of pay. Then about where this green and white hit each other, it's about 20 feet of pay. Then at the very top of the crest up here, this top of this area right here, we had about 60 feet, 55 to 60 feet of net pay. And so we did come in a little bit less than we thought we would. The water level did come in about 20 feet less, but we still have a very, very large acreage, amount of acres covered. So we have about 290 to 300 acres of potential reservoir. And we hope to get about, hopefully between 6 to 9 BCF. That's how we feel pretty strong. We're going to get about 6 BCF, feel comfortable with 9 BCF, and then anything beyond that will be lagniappe.
How about from the Crystal area? Is that something that will complete, 5 or 10 years down the line? Or, I mean,
Yeah,
it's
that'd
not
be
big
the
enough
plan.
to drill another well, right?
We don't have to drill another well. That'll be the plan, is just go ahead and produce this well out, and then over the course of time, we'll come back up and recomplete in the Crystal 8 sands, 5, 6, 7, 8 sands on the way out of the hole. I didn't really put a whole lot of reserves in there because like I said, they could be drawn down from the previous production because it did produce about over 40 BCF in that interval from this structure. So there is a chance that you have lower pressures in those sands. This well we just finished drilling should have really good pressure in the Plain Line of 1 sand. So I didn't put any reserves in the Crystal area section, but it'll be a cheap recomplete on the way out of the hole once we get done producing the Plain Line of 1 sand. And so we'll probably just pop them on the way out, and hopefully they'll give us something. They could give up to 300 MCF per zone, I'd say, maximum. 300 MCF is probably most likely.
That easily pays for many parts of this well. Could pay for the recomplete, could pay for the P&A future. I mean, it's always great when you find stuff like that. You could always sell the well further down the line.
We definitely kind of looked into it. It was something we were not expecting, and we were very fortunate to find it. Here's a Plan 1 time map. Like I said, we came in as projected. Down here it shows the acreage about 350 acres. So you move this orange line up a little bit, it's probably closer to about 300 acres of reservoir we have. And like we predicted, here's a Plain Line of 1 net sand map. And we predicted that we would have a good sand, just like the Hesley well, the 2 Hesley wells in Section 8 down dip of the prospect. And we have at least 100, and we had easily over 120 feet of really good sand in our well. It's kind of a Plan 1 net pay map. We did get a little aggressive with the amplitude. It's probably not quite as big as this. So that's how come the reserves got cut back from 17 BCF, just because the thickness at the top of the crest of the structure was more like 60 feet and not 100. And then, like I said, the water level got moved up here to like where the 20 line is almost. So if you look at that, there's about up dip to this contour. You're looking more like about 300 acres instead of 350 acres. You go all the way up.
That's still really impressive.
It's a very
incredible.
large fetch area to get a lot of reserves from. Here's the amplitude we drilled. You can see this one is the Plain Line of 1 sand, and we predicted we'd have a really nice fat sand with some hydrocarbons in it, and it worked out quite well. You can see the intervals above us. The side D does not have an amplitude. The P2 and P3 sands didn't have an amplitude either. And the P2 and P3 sands, unfortunately, were shaled out in our well. It's happened to be really high up on structure, and we're shaled out. And in the side Davis I, that was a sand an interval we were just drilling through. We were hoping to find something, and it was unfortunately not there. But like I said, we did look into something up here at the Crystal area interval, and we're able to find some production up there. Here's a B2B prime, B2B prime par. You see, Houston Energy, we are known for going after our amplitudes and AVOs. And those are primarily what we run our economics on. Like, as a company, we basically ran our economics on the Plain Line of 1 sand only working. That was the one that had the de-risker and the amplitude with AVO. And it ended up working out for us. We're very happy, very, very pleased with the prospect. And it looks like we're going to make a nice, very nice commercial well that all the partners will make money on. I'm opening up the P2 through P3 slides now.
Basically, all the mapping was correct. It just wasn't a sand, and it didn't have hydrocarbons, right? That's kind of how
That's correct. Yeah, we mapped it right. It came in as expected as far as the depth goes. But you can see how these wells here are thinning 2 feet over here to the west, or 2 feet, 3 feet. And yeah, well shaled out over here. That's what happened to us as well. We were so high up in structure, we were just happened to be shaled out, and there happened to be no sand there. Here's the P3 sand. We did drill it in the right location. We thought we were going to have something, and we just happened to be really high up dip of this well. This well down dip only has about 20 feet of sand and pay, and we were really high to it. It just happened to be shaled out. There happened to be no sand there. So unfortunately, there was no hydrocarbons in that interval. This is just another look at the prospect at the Plain Line of 1 sand. We hit it from all angles. Like I said, we drill amplitudes, and this one happened to be a really nice looking amplitude. That worked out in our favor this time. Here's the net pay. Like I said, the Cyp Davis eye unfortunately did not work. The Plano 1 did work. Our main objective did work. And then here's the P2 and P3 sands. Both these at the bottom are shelled out, unfortunately. But our main objective did come in, and it came in very, very nicely. As a company, we're very happy with the results and are looking forward to produce this thing. The well we should have on production in probably 45 to 90 days. It's hard to tell exactly how long it'll take, but we did sidetrack out of an existing borehole that was previously producing. So we're very close to facilities. We have everything going, and we're waiting on a rig to come out and complete it for us. We just finished running pipe last week.
Oh, no, thank you so much, Jared. That was a fantastic overview. Maybe just if you could kind of just sum up how much time it took you to see EnergyFunders, to get the project out, and then the additional land legal work that was required. Kind of just, these projects take years basically to put together, and to see this, how excited you were to see it.
Yeah, I was extremely excited. This one was challenging from a land perspective because there were a lot of landowners. This was an onshore well, drilled in Vermilion Parish, and to get all the landowners to agree and to sign all the paperwork, it took us a good 2 years to get the land work done and to get all the legal stuff done, because once you get all the land, everybody signed up with the land, you got to go to the state of Louisiana and get a hearing. You got to go in front of the board, mineral board, get a unit approved. And so we're able to get that done with all the moving parts, and had to wait on a rig for a little while. So it's about a 2-year process from the day we found this prospect until it actually was drilled. And so it'll probably be another 45 to 90 days to get it hooked up, and then you'll probably start receiving checks 2 months after that. So you're talking about another 4 to 5 months before you actually even see revenue from this project. So it's something we loved as a company. It was a really good prospect. And this is the kind of stuff we do.
Man, you did a great job. Once again, it's been such a pleasure to work with Jared and Joe, who's the land manager on this project. I know it took a little time, but I think our investors definitely understand how the oil and gas industry works now and why it is so capital intensive. And also just there's a lot of uncertainty, but if you work with the right folks and you stick to your strategy, ultimately can pay out. So we're really excited about this project. We obviously went out and visited the rig and got a lot of drone video, and we'll definitely go visit it once it's producing. But I just wanted to thank Jared again. Look forward to having more Houston Energy projects on our platform and hope to take bigger chunks of the next one. So thanks, Jared.